What is cracking? We back at it again. I just got off the phone with my homeboy, and we was having this debate on who should be MVP of the NBA 2018 season. And he was saying James Harden should be the MVP. You know, he been crying about it for so long. They might as well just let him go ahead and get an MVP one time. And I was like, LeBron James deserves to be MVP. And he was like, why? I was like, man, if you just look at the overall big picture of this season with LeBron James, even in the offseason, he is the most talked about NBA basketball player in the NBA. From his loss to the finals, to the comparisons to Jordan, just from getting a brand new team halfway through the season, just all of it. Look what LeBron James is. He's the most talked about player in the NBA. They're not really talking about James Harden like that. James Harden only get talked about when he do something spectacular or put up a bunch of points, just like he did in a playoff game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that's because they was afraid to play defense on him. They didn't want to get no foul calls and get in foul trouble. But LeBron James is MVP. He should be MVP. And I agree with Tracy McGrady. Offensive player of the year? Yeah, give that to James Harden all day. He was the best offensive player this year. But when you talk about just media attention, Jordan comparisons, he lose a game, oh, the Cavaliers is out. He win a game, oh, the Cavaliers is in. You know, it's just, I mean, they talk about him every day in sports media. LeBron James is brought up all the time. They not talking about James Harden like that, man. From the commercials LeBron has done, from his political views, you know, his little gripes with Trump, just everything. LeBron James is that much of that big of a figure for the NBA. He is the NBA. You can't blame him for, you know, the losses and stuff like that. I mean, you can blame him. I mean, he play on the team, but that's a team thing. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the whole overall just look of everything, LeBron James should be MVP. Period. The what did he do? Average a triple double in February. Which I thought was a joke. You know, he only played 10 games. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like what the average games played in a month in the NBA really is. He only played 10 games, so that, and it was the shortest month in a year. So get the fuck out of here with that. But you get what I'm saying. Like, he has to be the MVP. I mean, if they give it to James Harden, man, it's a sympathy thing. Like, oh yeah, we don't want him crying about it. Just let him go ahead and get it. Even though, you know, one of the big things with, you know, becoming the MVP is they all have been they all have led the league in scoring. You know what I'm saying? But that's an offensive thing. I mean, when you think of MVP, you think, I mean, yeah, LeBron James didn't really play defense, but James Harden really played no freaking defense either. So if you talk about just LeBron James should be MVP, man. Period. Point blank. Period. I can't see no other reason why he shouldn't be. I think my argument is pretty freaking strong, man. I mean, LeBron James is on TV every day. They talking about LeBron James every day. I mean, they make memes of this motherfucker every day. his hairline. I mean, his bald head. I mean, that shit is in the media every day. They talk about that. Like, he's the most talked about NBA player in the NBA. He should be MVP. I don't see why not. James Harden, I mean, I don't know what kind of interviews he giving. I don't see really no commercials with James Harden. I mean, I know he got some commercials, but you know what I'm saying, I rarely see him. I mean, I don't see them making memes or comparing James Harden to Michael Jordan, but they doing that with LeBron James. And then, you know, this what really kills me. He's the best player on the planet. Well, then, damn it, he should be the MVP. Y'all gave it to Russell Westbrook, Brick Brooks. Y'all gave it to him last year because, you know, he did something, you know, that averaged a triple-double the whole season, and then he did it again twice. So, yeah, I could see that. I could see that happening. KD got his, and then, you know, Steph Curry. Of course, those was well-deserved. I have to give it to Curry. Curry is just... I can't wait to see Curry back in the playoffs, but LeBron James should be MVP. Period.